We're back with Barb Chaffer, author, one of our neighbors in business. Our segment brought to you by North Star Bank. Barb, of course, the marketing director from the ARC, and the announcement just made yesterday evening about the 40th Ann Arbor Folk Festival. Welcome back, Barb. Takes into Saturday night, January 28th. Who's going to be performing?
Yes, we'll have a local group out of Detroit, the Corn Potato String Band, and they are super fun, really like a throwback to old time, your grandparents on the porch jamming with the fiddle and the banjo, and they just have this real old time sensibility. They do square dances and clogs on stage and all kinds of fun things. And so that, again, a group out of Detroit that'll join us for the festival this year.
Take us through the lineup. After that, we've got who?
We've got Davina and the Vagabonds. And this is one of the top favorites of our program director, Anya Siglin. She loves Davina.
Let's hear more.
And they are really a modern take on old-time blues and jazz and, kind of that Preservation Hall jazz band kind of sensibility, and just an incredible voice out of this woman, Davina. And then we can expect, full band with brass and the whole bit, kind of that New Orleans scene feel, along with some other, vintage elements to their style on stage. So I think that's really going to pump up the energy level a lot on Saturday night.
And then next up, Banjo Three.
Tell
us about Banjo Three.
We love these guys. There's actually 4 of them, not 3. And they are from Ireland. And they kind of combine Celtic and American bluegrass sounds, Americana sounds, into something that's really new and different, very banjo-centric.
Sure, no surprise
but
there.
Also fiddle and, traditional Celtic instruments thrown in as well. Such a fun band, and actually now have some area roots, because one of the members just got married to Kiana June Weber, our friend from the Chelsea area, who people know from Gaelic Storm.
The fiddle player, right?
The fiddle player, yep, who graduated from U of M. They just got married this summer, and so we're seeing a little bit more of Banjo Three here in the States as they split their time back and forth, and we just have loved them at the ARC. They were one of the big emerging artists for the annual Folk Alliance, International Folk Alliance conference last year. And so we're very, very excited to have them on the festival bill this year.
And then up next, a name familiar to me, over the Rhine, who are just really, really fabulous folks and who have been performing for quite a while now.
Yeah, well, in fact, the 10 years ago, that festival that we were just talking about, Over the Rhine, were on the bill that year. So it's been a decade since they've been back to the festival. But they are, they're one of those bands that just has this following that once they're part of that world of Over the Rhine, you never let it go. Really, they come out of this very creative, well-known neighborhood in Cincinnati, known as Over the Rhine, and they're named for that. And they just have this dreamy, sweeping kind of spiritual sound sometimes, but then they'll turn it around and do something really bluesy and different. So it's one of those that you never know quite what you're going to get from them, because they really bring influences in from all over. But they've been a long time, friends of the ARC, and we're really excited to have them back on the bill this year.
In a full 10 years since they performed at the Folk Festival. And then a very familiar name, perhaps not as a musician so much, but as an actor. But I understand this guy's really accomplished as a player. Tell us.
Yes, indeed. It is certainly a surprise to a lot of people to find out that Kiefer Sutherland is a musician. He released his first album this past summer, and he came to the ARC, sold out a show at the ARC with that when he was just in the process of releasing that album and playing a few gigs, and really went over huge. This guy has talent, and it shouldn't be a surprise. We've got Jeff Daniels in our midst. We know that when you've got that creative streak, it's not too surprising that you might have multiple talents, not just acting but also music. He's going to be coming with a full band. His sound is very roots rock kind of focused, country influenced sound, and it's just really, really a lot of fun, and we're excited to have him join our lineup.
Next up, Margo Price. This is a great addition to the lineup. Tell us more about Margo.
This is a big deal. People that follow Americana music probably know that she just won Emerging Artist of the Year, named by the Americana Music Association. And she also was recently signed to Jack White's record label, Third Man Records. Mm-hmm. So people may have heard her if you listen to Prairie Home Companion. Chris Thiele had his inaugural episode as host of that, and he brought in Jack White and Margo Price to play on that first show. And so she is really, she's been such a breakout artist in Americana circles, and just the perfect fit for the folk festival. We're excited to have her.
And then drum roll, please. The headliner for Saturday night, January 28th is...
I'm going to have to come back and tell you.
Question mark. TBA.
We do plan to add one more headliner to this bill for Saturday, January 28th. All of the stars did not quite align to get it booked in time for the announcement last night, but we do expect in the next week or so we will have that news to share with the masses. And so hopefully I'll come back and talk about it then.
Absolutely.
But one thing you can be sure of, that it's going to be great.
Oh, you know that.
And one of the most exciting things about the festival for me is just that discovery of new music. Some people are like, well, I don't know any of those people on that lineup, so I'm not interested in going. And for me, I'm so excited to hear
all the more
this
reason
stuff.
to go.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you want your names, some of those that you're familiar with, but it's like going to the film festival. My many years in Toronto at the film festival, it's that discovery element, the buzz band that you may not have heard of, or the film you may not have heard of until you step into that theater, and then your life changes because of what you've seen and heard. So how do people get tickets? When do tickets go on sale? What's the general on sale date, Barb?
Yeah, well, our premium seating, so all the floor seating, the gold and platinum seating, will go on sale by phone through the ARC's business office on Tuesday, November 1st, starting at 9 a.m.
A week from today.
All right. And so those are available by phone until they're gone.
Okay.
So the premium seating do include a larger tax-deductible gift to the ARC, which is what helps us raise these funds that support the music that we present year-round. And so people can get those tickets by calling the ARC's business office at 734-761-1800. Again, that starts Tuesday, November 1st at 9 a.m. People can start calling. Right. And, of course, the earlier you buy your tickets, the better seats you're going to get. The general public sale, so if you're not interested in being on the main floor, you want to get balcony tickets or whatever, those general tickets will go on sale on December 1st.
December 1st. So
December 1st.
A month later. Okay.
Yep. And so those, you'll be able to get those through the Michigan Union Ticket Office and online through thearc.org.
All right. Good stuff. And we'll get you back to talk about the headliner for the second night.
Absolutely.
When that gets confirmed.
Absolutely.
Barb, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me,
Martin. Good to see you as always. Our neighbor in business, Barb Scheffer, author, marketing director from the ARC. Our segment brought to you by North Star Bank on 107.1.